Okay, so this is the challenge. I sleep over there on the left side where Tucker, the dog, is sitting down, and I like to read my books late at night. But my wife sleeps over here where Mittens is, and the light disturbs her. Now, of course, Tucker normally sleeps in his private bed over there, but is over there to help me out for this demonstration. So I need to make some kind of a canopy that I can use to cover myself easily, and I can remove easily in the morning and put it together at night so that I can read without disturbing my wife. Now, before anybody thinks about anything like, book lights over here, I've owned every kind of book light, and even this one over here, the light wedge, is probably the one that has the best light isolation. It will still get enough light to a light sleeper. So instead, I'm gonna go with the idea of the canopy, and I'm gonna be use about $10 worth of half-inch PVC pipes to make it work, and an old blanket. Now, my case is actually a little more complicated because I have this headboard over here behind my bed, and I sleep in one of those big pillows which raises my head pretty high. So I'm gonna have to go over here and measure how far up my head goes, and then kind of also measure up to about here how far I have to go to hit probably around my waist to give me a good reading position. Now, if I didn't have a headboard like this, I could just make it a simple box, but I'm actually going to want to make my thing hang from right here where this headboard starts. Now, I measure two things here: not only how high my head needs to be over here, but also if I'm in a good holding book position over here, how high does it have to be at this point? Because it can actually go down a little bit. At my head, it was 30 inches. When it got down here at the point that I'm holding the book, it's only about 19 inches. So, it can be, a little bit of a trapezoid. Now, I forgot, you also need to measure the width over here for your reading area. I'm going with 28 inches for that. It's kind of hard to judge. This would be a lot easier to measure if somebody else was helping me, but I do not want to burden my poor wife that has to deal with all, crazy projects such as, the dog bed, not to mention, the cat enclosure outside. So, the least I can do is to not trouble her with measuring me. Now you just have to, cut the things down to the size, that you measure. And I'm going to put all the dimensions I use in the description. Now, you don't need fancy equipment. I did a lot of stuff with pipes before because I find them nice and light. And I just used to saw them. But today, I splurged for like $11 on this pipe cutter. And I got to tell you, it's really cool. Look at this. Get the hell out! Okay, so this is what the final frame looks like. A little bigger than I thought, but when I measure myself in, when I put the cover on it and I measure, I'll see if I can make it shorter. It's always easier to cut it down a little more than if you overcut it and you're conservative. You're not gonna make the pipe automatically grow. Now, a couple of comments on this. As I mentioned earlier, you could make this incredibly easy if this was just one box, right? One beam going down, whoosh, over here. They have endings like this where the pipes just go in and makes a little corner. Piece of cake. Reason why I went with this particular approach is that I like having those corners over here because they are adjustable. And also I can literally flatten the whole thing out. And now, whoops, there you go. Now that can slide under my bed, which I know my wife is going to be, very happy about. So it's just more of a matter of, more of a better convenience for me. I mean, honestly, once you measure the thing, putting it together, it's like freaking, playing Legos. They have enough adapters like this that you can buy at any Home Depot that you go to the store, decide exactly what design you want, and then kind of, clip them along anywhere you want. I decided that I could afford cutting a couple inches on, on each side, length and width. So I'm just gonna, do that now, which is why I suggest be conservative. You can always cut it down if you're ready. If it's too short, you're not gonna be able to add to it. Okay, now to cover this, I'm just gonna use one of my son's old college sheets. What else I was gonna do with this? Burn it, so I might as well use it here. And there you go. Now my wife over here, who's being played by Tucker, can sleep while I read my book. Now on this side, Mittens is demonstrating that, I have it open over here like this, because that way it doesn't get very hot. Okay, now Finn decided to come in to check the quality of the work. I figured I would show that to kind of keep the thing in place. You know, probably use clips and a couple different things. I actually just sewed a few of the corners, you know, frankly, clearly it does not have to be very artistic. And I only did the corners because I do want to be able to open the front like this so I can easily get in and out. For this final demonstration, Finn is going to be playing the part of me reading in my canopy with this book light over here, and Mittens is going to play the part of my wife trying to sleep in the other side. So let's sit over here together with Mittens. And now we're going to turn off the lights. Alexa, bed off. There you go. It's pitch dark. Can't see the light at all, even though it's still there. Alexa, bed on. And there you go. See, Mittens is proving that, yep, you can still sleep through the book light. It worked like a charm yesterday, and the nice thing is, I was able to fold it, put it right down under the bed, and now all I need to do is bring it out. I swear to God, this was not a setup. I did not know he was going to be there. He actually loved this. So it's totally flat. I just need to pick it up, take Finn out, and put it on the bed for tonight. It worked like a charm.